Well, guys, welcome back to the channel. Really appreciate y'all. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do so. We really appreciate it. Let's build these feeders. These are livestock feeders for your lambs, your goats, your horses, donkeys, your cattle, whatever you want to build or feed off the ground. These are excellent. These are 50-gallon drums. These are 2x8s, treated pine, 3-inch deck screws, and some self-tapping metal screws to hold the tank in place. Now, these fit just a little firm. You want it that way. You don't want to overdo it because then you start pushing yourself out. But let's build these, guys. Follow along and enjoy the build. We appreciate all of you. Thank you.
We're gonna cut this barrel in half, make a frame for it out of 2x4 treated 2x4s. These are the tools we'll be using. I have some 3-inch deck screws, the saw, square, tape measure, cordless drill, and these self-drilling screws will be attaching the plastic to the wood. All right, guys, here we go. Well, let's see what kind of spooky things are going to come out of this thing here. There you go. Here's the lumber. These are 2x4s by 8 treated lumber. Man, they were soaking yesterday, so I laid them out. I did have them spread out, but I kicked them in so I could walk through here. All right, guys, we'll keep you posted. So we're going to measure up the width that it has. You do want to bring it in a 1/4 and 1/8 to where they're a little bit crimped in, just a little. Well, we got the other tank here. Well, I sure hope I don't have the crud, man. I feel like crap, guys. All right, well, let's slice and dice. Guys, if you're going to use boards without cutting them, always check for square. Now these are square, which is good because sometimes these companies cut massively, and if they're out of sync, they're going to mess you up. All right, guys, I'm going to cut a bunch of these. I'm not going to bore you to death. I'll just do one. I will use my angle here to cut a straight line. All right. Guys, when you're working with wet wood and these deck screws, they're made to cut through wood. You don't have to pre-drill them. They shouldn't crack. Well, one, they have these little grooves here, and then these have little grooves as well to clear the way. So, all right, keep you posted. All right, so what I'm going to do here, I'm squaring off these 2x4s, and I'm going to measure. That way I have identical measurements. I don't have to be measuring with a measure tape or anything like that. We are pretty square. And one thing about these things, guys, you don't have to be perfect. You're not doing cabinetry, you know. I mean, this is stuff that's going to be laying outside. It's going to be weathered. So, you know, don't go killing yourself to get everything perfect. Don't let your OCD get in the way. As I say, just do it. It's like they say, guys. Measure twice, cut once. Make sure you're set. So the barrels are going to fit in between here. So we're good. We'll cut the ends. So I don't have a work table back here, but innovative and creative, guys. All right. We're going to screw these in. I'll square them out. All right, guys. So these are inner supports for the legs. You have to excuse me, guys. I am a little under the weather, but I know that I gotta get this done. So right now I'm just gonna kind of eyeball square it out a little bit. So,
Hi, you are currently being recorded.
I'm going to use these self-tapping metal screws because they're flat on the top. I don't want to use deck screws or anything like that, so I don't want it expanding because that leaves the possibility of cracking in the future. So if you gotta use wood screws, use a washer because you don't want it expanding on you. Solid, man. They go in solid. And for me, I do leave a little lip. Do leave a little lip here so that if it rains and stuff, you don't get a buildup of water in there. I will cut some slivers. I will cut some slits there, so when it rains, the water could drain. I also might make the other one a little bit shorter for the calves and stuff, but really this is for the big cows, that they can eat mineral and stuff. Now I've seen hanging barrels where they cut a hole here, they dump the mineral in there, and they hang them with a chain, and those work pretty good too. But it's just easier. I can use these as feed buckets and so forth, so it'll work.
The feeders are almost done. I'm going to wash them out, add the braces, put a few pinholes down there so that the water will bleed out. All right, we'll keep you posted. So I'm going to use this step bit to drill some holes for drains. These are feeders, they're not waters. You can use them as waters, but these are specifically for feeders. So these tanks, these 50-gallon barrels have little grooves here, and that's where we're going to drill right in the center. Just small tap hole, and half an inch. And that's all you need, guys. Just enough for the water to drain. So and that's it, guys. You'll never have problems. Feed will get in there, but the water will still seep out with time. So these are your low points. Your corners are low points as well. But you could angle these off and put one hole at the end. So that's it, guys. We're done.